Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm super excited to jump right into today's explainer because we're looking at something I know practically all of us have bumped into lately. I mean, it's already being called the defining personal finance trend for 2026, and it's completely rewiring how we shop online. Yeah, we're talking about buy now, pay later. You know the big names, Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay, they are literally everywhere. And look, while it feels like the ultimate checkout convenience, there's actually a pretty fascinating and honestly kind of concerning engine running behind the scenes.
4 easy payments, 0 interest, right? We've all seen that exact pitch hovering right above the checkout button. It sounds like this totally free, almost magical upgrade to shopping, doesn't it? Like, why drop all the cash right now when you can just slice it up for free? But here's the reality we're unpacking today. This simple, completely harmless-looking checkout tweak has quietly morphed into one of the absolute biggest personal finance traps of the decade.
So it really begs the question, is this just the ultimate modern convenience, or is it a brilliantly disguised debt trap? Well, let's dive into it. The whole goal of this explainer is to pull back the curtain on exactly how buy now, pay later actually operates, the psychology of why it's just so hard to resist, and most importantly, how you can use these tools without actually getting played.
Section 1. The BNPL checkout illusion and how the business model actually works. Okay, so before we get into the risks, we really need to understand the mechanics here. And I want to be 100% clear right out of the gate. Buy now, pay later is not a scam. It's really not. It's a highly calculated, totally legitimate business model. The merchant is the one footing the bill for the service, not you. Well, as long as you pay on time anyway. Retailers are totally happy to eat that fee because offering this option massively bumps up the odds that you'll actually hit buy. So the financial product itself isn't the real villain. The danger creeps in when buy now, pay later becomes your subconscious default move for buying things you literally couldn't afford otherwise in that exact moment.
Section 2. Credit cards versus BNPL and the psychological shift at checkout. Now, this is where things get super interesting. Think about how totally different our brains process these two payment methods. With a traditional credit card, you are acutely, painfully aware of a running balance, right? It grows, and let's be honest, it creates very real anxiety. You see that big total number getting bigger. But buy now, pay later flips the script entirely. It frames your purchase as just 4 tiny, separate, already decided payments. It fragments the cost. Psychologically, it tricks your brain into feeling like the money is already sorted out. It makes the grand total practically invisible. And that makes it dangerously easy to just start stacking several of these plans at once because you never have to face the terrifying reality of what you actually owe in total. Section 3, the hidden stacking trap, when small payments become a giant burden. And that leads us perfectly into the true danger of this whole system. Here's the crucial takeaway. One buy now, pay later plan paid on time is usually genuinely free. Like if you buy one thing, paid off in 4 weeks, you win. Simple. The danger, the actual systemic trap catching so many people completely off guard, is running multiple simultaneous plans across a whole bunch of different apps and websites. Suddenly, you're financing a $50 trendy water bottle over here, maybe a slightly overpriced iced coffee order over there, and because each individual hit feels so small, our brains literally just stop tracking the grand total. Let's just walk through a real-world scenario together to see how fast this happens. So you grab a pair of sneakers using one app. Okay, that's just $25 a month. Nothing crazy, right? Then a couple days go by, use a totally different app for a concert ticket. That's another $30 a month. Fast forward to next week, a jacket catches your eye somewhere else, you use a third service. Boom, another $25 a month. Individually, totally tiny. But suddenly, when you zoom out, you've silently locked yourself into an $80 a month drain on your checking account. You've accidentally built this massive, unplannable monthly burden without ever making a single large purchase. It's gotten so common that financial experts have actually coined a term for it. They call it the second rent payment. It's a perfect way to describe that hidden, overwhelming monthly financial squeeze created by stacking all these active plans. You feel it in your budget at the end of the month for sure, but because the cash is bleeding out to 3 or 4 different apps on entirely different days, you can't even see the full picture. You just know, somehow, your money is completely gone. And what happens when that second rent payment actually causes you to overdraft or miss a due date? Well, we need to bust a huge myth right now. A lot of folks assume these apps operate completely outside the traditional credit system. Yeah, they absolutely do not. Missing a payment on these stacked plans carries very real consequences. You're going to get hit with actual financial fees, you can do severe damage to your credit score, and trust me, it is way, way more serious than just getting a friendly little late notice in your inbox. It is real debt.
Section 4, Rules for Safe Usage. How to use BNPL without letting it use you.
So how do we actually use this stuff without letting it use us? If you're going to use these services, you've got to treat every single plan exactly like a car loan or a huge credit card bill. First rule, track it in the exact same place you track your electric bill and your rent. Pull it out of the little app and force it into your main budget. Second, set a hard, non-negotiable cap on how many plans you can have open at once. Maybe your personal rule is literally never more than one at a time. And third, the golden rule. Absolutely never finance something you couldn't otherwise just pay for outright within a reasonable time frame.
There's this incredibly powerful perspective from financial experts that I just love. It goes like this. If you're using it because your budget is already stretched, it's a symptom worth addressing directly, not a tool to lean on harder. Buy now, pay later simply cannot fix fundamental budgeting issues. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken arm. It just delays the pain and usually makes the whole situation a lot worse down the line.
So to wrap this whole thing up, your main takeaway from today's explainer is this. Buy now, pay later isn't evil. It's really not. It is just incredibly, dangerously easy to lose track of. And losing track is the exact mechanism that turns a fun little checkout convenience into a totally devastating debt spiral. Which brings me to a bit of a challenge for you to end today's explainer. How many buy now, pay later plans do you have open right now? Like right this second? Honestly, I'd bet most of us don't know the exact number or the total monthly cost off the top of our heads. So take 5 minutes today, pull up your apps, and find out. And hey, if you found this breakdown eye-opening and you want more real talk on modern money traps, be sure to stick around. We absolutely love